Today, we're diving into a really powerful strategy called sort and solve. And this is all about fixing one of the most frustrating feelings ever, especially if you're in a STEM field, math, physics, engineering, anything like that.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You've put in the hours, you did all the homework problems, you honestly think you've got it down. And then you get into the exam, you flip that first page, and poof, it's all gone. Your mind is just a blank slate. It's that horrible, sinking feeling that makes you think all that work was for nothing.
So, what is actually going on there? Well, let's call it the test taker's dilemma. It's that crazy gap between what you know in the comfort of your room and what you can actually pull out of your brain when that clock is ticking.
And that's really the heart of it. Suddenly, every question seems totally new, like it has nothing to do with what you studied. You start to doubt yourself. Wait, which formula is this? Which chapter did this even come from? See, it's not really a knowledge problem. It's a recognition problem.
To get past this, we have to totally rethink what it means to study. The issue isn't that you don't know enough, it's that you've been practicing the wrong skill the whole time. So let's pull back the curtain on what these tests are actually asking you to do. And this right here is the big secret. You're not just being tested on calculus or chemistry. Nope. Every single problem is actually a two-part challenge. And the reason so many brilliant students freeze up is because they only ever practice the second part. Let's break down this two-part challenge. On one hand, you've got identify/classify. This is all about pattern recognition. It's looking at a problem and instantly knowing, this is a conservation of momentum problem. Then, on the other hand, you've got solve/compute. This is the grunt work, plugging the numbers in, doing the algebra. Now, think about it. Where do you spend all your study time? Almost certainly on the right side, just crunching numbers. But where do the biggest, most costly mistakes happen on a test? Almost always on the left.
This really just says it all. Trying to practice solving problems before you can instantly and accurately identify what type of problem it is, well, it's like trying to build a house without the blueprints. You're just wasting a ton of energy.
So that brings us to the actual solution. It's a method designed from the ground up to train that first super important skill of identification. And it's called the sort and solve strategy.
To put it simply, this strategy forces you to practice the one skill you've probably been skipping this whole time. It's a hands-on technique that builds up your mental muscle for pattern recognition. The goal is to get to a point where you see a problem and the path to the solution just lights up in your brain.
Okay, so this sounds great, but how do we actually do it? The first phase is all about mastering the sort. This is where we build our toolkit.
What you're going to do is create a set of flashcards. You can use real cards or a digital app, whatever works for you. For every single type of problem you expect to see on the test, you make one card. On the front, you just write the question itself, nothing else. Then on the back, you put all the cheat codes. What kind of question it is, where you found it, like Chapter 7, Problem 12, the specific formula you need, and finally, the worked out answer.
So you'll make these cards as you work your way through different chapters. But here is the absolute game changer, the step that makes this strategy so effective. Once you have a good stack of cards from a few different chapters, you shuffle them all together. This creates a randomized deck that perfectly mimics a real test, where problems are all jumbled up, not neatly sorted by topic for you.
And now we get to the practice loop. This is where the learning gets put on hyperdrive, where you go from just spotting problems to absolutely crushing them. This is the real test. You pick up a card, look at the front, just the question, and you ask yourself, do I know without any doubt what kind of problem this is and which tool I need from my toolbox? You have to make a call right then and there before you're allowed to flip it over.
Your answer sends you down one of two paths. If you look at it and you correctly identify it, boom, awesome. You've just earned the right to actually practice solving it. But, and this is key, if you get it wrong, you stop. You do not try to solve it. Instead, you analyze it. You ask yourself, okay, why did I get that wrong? What specific words or numbers in the question were the clues I should have seen? This is the powerful feedback loop that rewires your brain.
And if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. All those hours you spend shuffling and sorting those cards, that is the real studying. That's the hard work. Actually solving the problem, that just becomes the easy part. It's the proof that you've already learned. The math is just your victory lap.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. This idea of sort before solve, it doesn't just work for STEM tests. Think about any complex skill you're trying to learn. Maybe it's coding, playing the guitar, or even becoming a better cook. What's the sorting step you might be skipping? What are the key patterns you need to recognize before you can perform? Because finding that, well, that's the real key to mastering just about anything.